She is here for the first time in a while to talk about it all. The great Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Hello, Joanna. Long time no speak. Good to see you.
Hello, Ariel. It's a pleasure. And I'm back in the game. Wait. I'm back in the game.
Oh, I like it. I like those. Well done.
So, no, but honestly, happy to talk to you. You know, I love you. I admire you and happy to be back. You know, I know that there are these upcoming prospects, new champions, so they deserve the spot on your show, but super happy. As you can hear, it was an emotional weekend for me in Miami. I was screaming. You could hear me screaming the whole Mateusz fight. And what happened after, it just blew my mind. And I was crying like a baby because I was not expecting the introduction into the Hall of Fame UFC. Yeah, I'm just super happy. Trying to get back to shape.
Yes. So you had no idea that was happening? The video, the announcement, anything like that?
No, when I saw the video, and so I saw Heidi, she's the one, she's my sweetheart, but she's the one who puts the cameras in the front of the fighters, the special guests. And then I saw like more and more people coming, and I was like, hell no. And I saw my manager, and like Gordon Ryan brought me a cocktail, and he was like, it's our tradition. So I was just sipping on it, and she was like, put it down. And I was like, why? Like, what you talking about? And then it happened, you know, like I was not expecting. That's why I was crying there. The only thing I was saying was like, I'm not ready for it. It means I'm old. It means I'm really retired. I'm not ready. But honestly, it was one of my dreams after becoming UFC fighter, UFC champion. And I wanted to be so dominant, and I was somehow. And it just happened. And it just cemented my legacy, you know, and I'm feeling honored.
It was amazing to see the love that you got from the arena, the ovation. And I don't know, are you familiar with the guy who was standing behind you, Action Bronson, in the basketball jersey? He gave you, you know who he is? Legend.
We knew each other, and actually before my fight with Rose in New York, I was shooting some content before the fight. He was super nice, super polite. So there's a story about that. He was like, we were cooking because he had this cooking show with some chef,
yes,
very famous chef, and they started smoking weed. And I was like, I told Lene from the UFC, hey, I'm not feeling very good with people smoking around me before the fight. So he was super gentle, super polite. He was like, no. I was like, so listen, I will just go back and I wait backstage and then I will be back, you know? And he was like, no, we're not gonna smoke. We are our guest and you have to stay here. We're super happy. This can wait. And I fell in love with Action Bronson. So every time we see each other at the UFC venues, usually we hug, we talk, we share the love, and it was just amazing, you know.
Incredible.
And when I turned back, he was just there. Yes. We spoke before, but the closest person there was Jennifer Goldstein, my manager, who I really loved. Of course, then Lambert, the owner of ATT, Richard, the manager, they were there at the arena. But yeah, it was hell of a ride.
I saw Dana White come up to you in the midst of all of that.
Hunter, yeah.
Yes. What did they say to you?
All of the UFC employees, and you know, I became a manager, and I teach these young fighters that it's not about them, because sometimes we fighters forget that there are people working for these 3 letters for the UFC from early mornings, from weeks before every venue happens, you know. So every venue happens. So I'm always like, I was and I am a super respectful person on my daily basis to everyone, every human on the earth. I know people will start talking shit about my stardom, blah, blah, blah. I know who I am, but so I was happy that I got so much love from the UFC employees that night. And of course, Dana especially, because he changed my life, and Hunter. But I remember Lorenzo, Sean Shelby, and Josiva. But there still will be a time for me to thank all of these people. But I always tell people, do not forget about people who are helping you. You know, the show is not only about you, not only about the fight. Of course, it's the cherry of the top of every UFC venue. But there are people who are preparing and working as hard as you, as we fighters. You know?
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That is 100% accurate.
But Dana, yeah, he said that he loved me. He fell in love with my fighting style from the beginning, and I just told him that I will love him forever and I will never forget. And I'm very very loyal person, and they really changed my life. And actually, I proved that many times. But one thing is that two months after I retired, I got an offer from European big organization to be like a co-commentator, or how you call this, I don't know, like for us in Europe, and they wanted to test me, maybe become like a full employee, like. But first thing I did was I called Lene and I called Dana and I told them that I'm not ready to switch organizations, even to do some commentating, because like loyalty is like number one rule in my life. If it's about business, friendship, relationship, family relationships as well. So yeah, loyalty, guys, loyalty.
Yes, that is very important. And so I'm wondering, the last time we saw you was in June of 2022 as a fighter against Zhang Weili, the rematch. Did you ever,
the last time.
as far as fighting, did you get close? As people in MMA, they retire, they come back. We just found out Jorge Masvidal's coming back in boxing. Did you?
Oh, really?
Yes, to fight Nate Diaz. But are
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. I didn't know it was announced. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm happy for Jorge.
Were you ever close to coming back in the last 2 years?
I have to be honest with you, yes. And even few days before last show in Miami, I was like trying to force my manager to let me go in, but my family, some of my fans and friends, they don't want me to do this anymore, and I'm like in between, but I'm not going to fight in the UFC ever again. And honestly, like 8 months, like first 8 months after I retired, were the most difficult months in my life, probably, because I was thinking every day. I was even texting Dana Hunter, my manager, and Lambert, my family, that I was going to come back. Actually, I went to the States. I don't know if you remember, if you saw that I was back to American Top Team in January last year, and I was training really hard for 4 weeks, and I was ready to schedule a fight, but then a super bad injury came back, and I had to go through the medical procedure, and I'm still trying to get in shape after a year.
Oh wow! Is it still bothering you?
Yeah. A little bit, because it's super difficult. It was super difficult for me because the last 20 years I was training from 2 to 3 times a day for last 20 years, and I went from 3 to 0 for a few months. It was really difficult for my head, my body in general, and yeah, it was super difficult. But I'm getting better, so I just got back on mat, some jiu-jitsu or training Muay Thai. Yeah.
So when you say a couple of days ago you were considering it, like what exactly were you considering?
Yeah, but I don't know, maybe fighting. Everyone, like people used to ask me who I would love to fight, and I was always saying that they all want to fight me, but because I felt like I was the doorkeeper, the gatekeeper for big fights and big money. But of course, I was like just joking. You know me, I always wanted to fight no matter where and what time. But yeah, maybe like, I think people would love to see me and Mackenzie Dern. So like typical fight between striker and a wrestler, and a grappler. Yeah. But no, it was just, I respect Mackenzie so much. She's friend. She's friend of my friends. So it would not happen. It would not happen.
So you think definitively you never fight again?
Right now, yeah, I will never fight again.
Okay, that could change.
I don't know if I of course, like everything in our life. So of course people will remember what I just said to you, but I can change my mind. I can wake up tomorrow and say like I'm not happy, because honestly I'm happy in my life. I'm very happy as woman and human and businesswoman, blah blah blah. But there is some small puzzle missing in my life, and it's super weird and super difficult, because like MMA is not an easy sport, and it's super difficult, especially when you get to the top. And from fight to fight, the camps are getting just more and more difficult physically and mentally. And the thing is that I don't know how to go easy. I don't know the shortcuts. I always go 100%. But somehow I miss this, I miss this shitty job, but I love this in the same time, and I'm always on the road. So I was back home for 12 hours after 3 weeks, and I'm on the road again. We're meeting somewhere. I'm talking to you guys from Starbucks somewhere on the other part of Poland, because I'm shooting some TV program. But it's an honor, so I made my time, and I'm super happy. But the thing is that I'm doing so many things, and I started enjoying my life from the business and money perspective as well, because when I was fighting, I was like not enjoying, and not using what I work for. Do you understand what I mean? So, but like I said, there is something about fighting, and maybe I don't know how to live outside the gym, outside the octagon. But honestly, I graduated in another studies. I opened another business. I just signed a new deal. I started a new TV program, etc., etc. And I don't know. It's difficult, man. So I hope I will still be tired forever. Maybe you will see me in some jiu-jitsu competition one day.
How many fighters do you manage, and how do you like that? How do you like managing? Is everything okay? Do you need to talk to someone?
No.
Okay.
Because my friends were loud a little bit. I don't know if you can hear them.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Super nice people. No, that's not the problem. She thinks sorry, but they don't have to be sorry. I love them so much. But I'm big friend. I'm good friend with Mateusz Gamrot, and I'm super proud of this kid. And
do you manage him?
He's just getting better and better. And no, I do not manage him, but I was partly participating in signing him and getting him into the UFC. So I was his good auntie, or good friend, telling him how we should do things. And but then Lambert is the man, and he's my American father. And then I love you so much, and I would be not here without you. And of course the rest of the people, but there will be time to thank all of them, But so then Lambert is Mateusz manager, but I'm trying to help, and I somehow do. So it's like it's a help, not a. And I do not manage him.
Consultant.
I do not manage him. I have him, but Robert Bryczek, who lost, but I think he has so much more potential. He's one of the fighters I fully signed into the UFC. He has his own manager, but I was the one responsible for getting Robert into the UFC. I manage Vanessa Romanowski, very talented Muay Thai girl who is trying to make her transition into Muay Thai. And there is a few another young upcoming prospects. So I hope that Nick and Sean, they will be nice to me, because so many people think that I'm the former champion, so they go easy with me, but no, they are tough to negotiate with. But I always tell them that, hey guys, forget that. I still can fight, and I have Dana's number.
Yes.
But I never use this in when we talk business, So I go the long way, of course.
We didn't get a chance to talk right after that fight against Zhang in Singapore.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah.
Could I ask you, why was that the right time? Why did you feel like that was the time to walk away?
It wasn't the right time, but I feel I live my life in God's hands. And you know what? Maybe the affirmation, you remember me as a badass, and I used to just go and fight anyone, anybody, anytime, anywhere. And I was always going for a win. And it's not that I didn't go for a win, because my last camp before my last fight with Weili Zhang was the best camp in my life, physically and mentally. Man, I felt like an animal, like super strong. Like I'm super proud of myself, how much I pushed myself. And I broke another limit, own limit, like barriers. But I told my friend during fight week who came to watch me and support me, like, listen, he was like, how are you feeling? I was like, how am I look? He was like, you look great. And I feel great. I told him that I feel great, but I told him that if there's something happen, if I'm going to get the hematoma again, or I'm gonna get some head damage or KO, I will retire, because I don't wanna be, how you say, sick. I don't wanna get dysfunction. How you say this? Like dysfunction in the future. So I told him that, hey man, I have so many past hobbies and passions, and I feel like I'm trying to squeeze every day like a lemon, while making lemonade. And I don't want to pay the price for fighting on the highest level. So my decision was spontaneous, but somehow I was thinking about, so it doesn't go like together, the same way. Spontaneous decision and how you say, and the decision you were thinking about. But it happened, it just happened. And I, walking into this fight, I knew that all or in, all or nothing. That it was going to be the toughest fight in my life, and it was. No, maybe the KO was like tough. She did it very well. She was well prepared. Weili Zhang is another like great strawweight, and that people are watching, and there is something about her. But yeah, it is what it is, man. It just happened, and so I'm very loyal to my decisions as well. So when I say A and A happens, I go with an A. I do not complain that B didn't happen, and that's the thing.
I see you guys
Staying loyal to yourself. So I respect. I'm a big fan of Khabib, and I always was. And actually, we have this picture from back in the day when it was some The Ultimate Fighter show or some Invicta show. And yeah, we have this picture, and it's great to see that, and I follow his decision. He's very loyal to his decision, and I try to stick to my decision as well forever.
I love that. I saw a photo of you and Zhang Weili. You guys were like making dumplings or something together. So it seems like you're in a
pierogi, not dumplings.
Pierogi, excuse me.
Dumplings.
Sorry. Pierogies, yes, that's Polish.
You're right.
Yes.
You know what? She's such a sweetheart, and I remember from our first face-off, it was like a Super Bowl scrum, media scrum.
Oh yeah.
Because that time we had Super Bowl in Miami in 2020. And I remember the first face-off, and then he came like, no, it was the face-off before the first fight. So it was the media day, like 3 days before. And she was looking at me, she was like, "You're so beautiful." I'm not Weili, but thank you. And I was like, I went crazy. Like, no, I need these third downs to make myself like more like aggressive, the sport way. She was like, "You're such a beautiful." I was like, what the heck? It's not like beauty contest, We have to fight soon. But she was always very nice, commentating my pictures. She DMs me a few times, but funny thing, because when she saw me coming to Phuket, so I met Valentina, but we've known each other for like 20 years. But Weili texting like, please, let's meet, come to my place, let's have dinner. And yeah, it was nice to learn about her country, her friends, her history. And she gave me nice flowers and nice necklace. It's too much. She's such a kind and person and sweet person. So thank you, Weili. I promised her to come for UFC 300, but I won't make it. But Weili, like, you got it, girl. You got it, girl. But it was really nice. She has an amazing team, amazing coaches, sparring partners. Her like friend manager was there, so I'm super proud of her. And I wish her all the best. And I love people who are bringing the best of me, and definitely Rose and Wade are these people. And yeah.
And Valentina, you and Valentina, you're in a good spot. You're a good relationship.
We were always, and of course, and I was super happy. She was super happy when I got in UFC, when I won the belt. She was cheering for me all the time, and I was always cheering for Valentina Shevchenko. When she got to the UFC, I was super excited, and we are always good to each other. We fought like 5 times. 5 times.
Yeah.
5 times, and yeah, it was great.
Oh, now it's fine. Okay.
So sorry.
Yes, no problem.
So yeah, Weili is the GOAT,
Dana White.
Weili, Shevchenko, Valentina.
Yes.
She's super sweetheart, and she surprised me because I know she's been to Thailand many times. Actually, we met in Thailand in 2006, but she speaks Thai. This girl is this girl is legit. She speaks English, Spanish, Russian, and Thai very good way.
It's
So
amazing.
it's good. It's good. Yeah.
You've told the story about how, before you got signed to the UFC.
And she like Valentina Shevchenko is one of the fighters. I thought that she was never going to lose the belt. You know, that's the thing.
Crazy.
There's few of them: Max Holloway, Izzy, as well, and Bolt. Yeah, actually. Yeah, but yeah.
The sport is unpredictable. But you've told the story about how you were very close to not continuing to fight if you didn't get into the UFC, and then you get in the UFC.
Yeah.
And then everything happens. So it's amazing how quick. But Dana even mentioned in the post-fight press conference on Saturday how the first time he saw you fight in your debut, he was so impressed. He invited you to come sit next to him and watch the rest of the card. I think it was in San Jose.
He invited me.
Right? Was it in San Jose?
It was. And he invited me to the VIP room, and I met one of the Red Hot Chili Peppers leaders, and he was like, did you see her fight? And he was like, no, I just got here. And then I was like, my English was so bad still now, but it was bad. And I told him like, you better watch it, man, you know, in the good way. And Dana started laughing. He was like, I love you, girl, you know. And I met oh man, the big actor from the US. He lives in Russia now.
Oh, Steven Seagal. Yes, Sensei.
Yeah,
Legend.
It was this show. Yeah, so.
But what was that like for you? You're that close. You're that close to not fighting anymore. Now all of a sudden you're with Dana White. He's calling. That must have been a crazy thing, right? Your head must have been spinning.
Oh, it was. But when people ask me about the most important fight, they all think it was the title fight or the title defenses or the pay-per-view shows. I always tell them it was the first fight in the UFC because they let me shine, and I shine. I got the chance. This is what I'm trying to teach young people, upcoming prospects. Look how many prospects there is. And they get into the UFC, like some of the Polish guys, they were very good, and they get into the UFC. So sorry for my voice, guys. But they get into the UFC, and they feel so comfy. I'm in the UFC, I'm the fighter, I'm good. No, you're getting a chance. But now it's time to put double the work, like work more, harder, to prove that you deserve winning and climbing to the top of the rankings, to fighting for the belt. Some of the fighters, they don't need to. They don't want to fight for the belt. It's good. They just want to fight it. They just enjoy it. I don't know. I had different sport ambitions, and it was like amazing for me. But I always felt that I belong to something different in this world. Even like now, I'm always on the road. So I got back home for 12 hours, and I'm going to be on the road for next 2 weeks.
Wow.
And look, I do not belong to normal life, and I knew that, and I'm super happy I got a chance. So I always tell people about the chances that we can't let them go. It's not enough to only dream about some. We have to put in tons of work to make this dream happen and bring the luck, somehow help the luck, help the universe, and get what the universe is trying us to tell and show. And sometimes we are too blind, because we always look for some big signs. The signs are very small, very small.
I love this perspective. This is a very deep and introspective, Joanna. I love it.
And every show, every fight for me. So why I was super dominant? Because every fight in the UFC, even when I was the champion, was the debut for me, So every time I was trying to prepare the best way I possibly could, So physically, mentally, I know I lost a few fights, but I remember giving like probably one of my best fights with Jessica Andreas and fighting Rosa right after. I was even better prepared. Something's happened. Rose was in like good shape. Like, I would not do some things. I would not say some things. But that time I felt different and I did the right things. I feel like people don't believe me, but I delivered the truth. And, the truth will always last,
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, And even when I was losing, I was always better version of myself than the fight before. And what I'm trying to tell young people, no matter what color is your skin, religion, orientation, gender, like a status, material status, like what your parents are doing, and you deserve becoming who you really want to be in your life, and your dreams can be alive, but you have to be disciplined. I used to say that the hard work brought me to the top. No, it was discipline, guys. That the momentum when you have to say no to your friends, they going for pizza or beer, or when there are doctors who are saying you won't make it. You're from this town. You don't deserve big America. You don't deserve this big living this big American dream. Yes, I do, and yes, you do. So you can't hurt anybody, but if you're good with it, like if you go the good way, and if you believe in yourself, if you're disciplined enough, and if you work hard, go and do it, and chase your biggest dream.
Do you know who's going to induct you? Who's going to be the one to make the speech before?
I don't know.
You haven't thought of that, or have you decided?
I have someone in my mind, but let's see if my intuition is strong as I think it is.
Okay. So we'll keep it.
Yeah. Man, I want to cry. It was super emotional, like wow, real. Like, it was real, and I was full of emotion after Gamrot's fight and few of ATT fighters. Man, Dustin Poirier, man, you badass motherfucker. But I'm super proud of Mateusz Gamrot, and what I want to tell you, like some people comment that he's a boring fighter, but I remember when people used to call Khabib's fight boring. He's living legend. He's one of the greatest right now, guys. And believe me or not, Mateusz Gamrot is going to fight for the belt sooner or later, 2025.
I love that. Any regrets?
I'm super proud of you, my friend. I'm super proud of you, my friend. Yeah.
Me.
Gamrot, as well.
I thought you meant me.
I
okay.
love you, man.
I'm proud of you as a friend. I thought you were talking about me.
Thank you.
Do you have any?
Hey man, I like the coach you had. Before me, Ben.
Ben Davison, yes. No, Ben, Anthony Joshua's coach.
Amazing. I would love to talk to him, and he's amazing. I know who he is, but I forgot his name. But Ben, But amazing what he was talking about. It was really good.
I love that stuff.
Good. I have to rewatch it. It was really good, and I love how he make his shared his opinion about Tyson's fight, and like we all are different guys. Let's like how we say like that we should let each other do the things we want to do.
Yes.
We should let.
Yes. You nailed it.
So so that's the thing. We all changing as in humans, but the good thing, and I'm super proud. You can see me smiling because I'm changing as a human. I'm not going through therapy, guys. Life is my therapy, but I'm happy how I'm changing on a daily basis. But the good thing is that even in my worst days, I'm trying to smile and take it as it is. That's the best way. That's the best way, And then the miracles are showing up.
Well, I'm so happy for you. I'm delighted for you. No one deserves it more. Like I said, you're a pioneer, and you're an absolute legend. And it was a pleasure to watch your fights and cover your fights and to get to know you over the years. So I was so happy to see you get this honor, and I can't wait for you to take your rightful place in the UFC Hall of Fame in June.
Well, actually, imagine like last 2 years, because it's 1.5 years after I retired. But look at that, I haven't prepared my retirement like a speech or statement because I was not ready for, but there is so many people I have to thank for. And sometimes people and young athletes, or even like people in general, like, oh, I have nobody who helped me. Like, remember that your father or your friend who brought you to, I don't know, on the tennis court or to the gym, they are the one who help you. But sometimes we forget about these small things people do for us, or done for us. So, that thing I'm going to help. But at the end of my career, winning and losing, I found the people I really trusted and I fell in love. It's the Lambert, Mikey Brown, Katel Kubis, Zaya Davis, Mikey Roth, Daru, all the ATT coaches, my physiotherapist, Kamil, Mirek, Will. There's so many people like Richard, the whole ATT. I won the belt with different team, and I'm very, very thankful to Arahion Orsten, my coaches, Pavel, Shimon, all the teammates, and actually my first coach as well from back in the day. But there will be time for, but ATT, I owe you a lot forever. So I'm going to be the UFC soldier forever, and I keep on dreaming and work hard, and I love you, Aria. You know, we have to go, but I'm looking forward to see you live, talk to you live in New York. Okay.
I love it. Anytime. You're welcome anytime. Thank you so much for doing this, Joanna. I appreciate it, and congratulations again.
I appreciate you. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. There she is, the great Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.